Sloan of Sloan Realty Group. Now, he services the entire Myrtle Beach area, attracts hundreds of buyers every week, and sells a home on average every 24 hours. Now, that helps you generate multiple offers and sell your home for the most money possible. Plus, it's like getting an immediate offer on your home, because if your home doesn't sell for the price and the deadline you agree to, you will have it bought for cash, and he offers flexible fees. Find out how much demand your home can command right now. Call the agent that creates the most demand. Call Blake Sloan today at 808-SOLD. That's 808-SOLD. Or online at blakesloan.com. That's blakesloan.com.
Hi, I'm Barbara Corcoran. To sell your home on time for the most money, you need a sharp agent with a marketing strategy that creates the most demand. Bottom line, you need a partner willing to put their own money on the line for you. In Myrtle Beach, I would hire Blake Sloan. His international marketing creates so much demand that if your home doesn't sell at a price and deadline you agree to, Blake will buy it. Partner with the agent I trust. Go online or call and get your home sold.
In case you didn't get it, the contact information is really easy. It's 808-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD. Get in touch with Blake Sloan at Sloan Realty Group, or go online to blakesloan.com, blakesloan.com. Coming up in just a minute, mortgage rates. They're looking good. That's all coming up in just a second. First of all, what is the market looking like, Blake? What are you seeing?
So great news. Obviously, we got the final numbers in for last month, which is awesome. If you remember, we had a couple months there where there's a little bit of decline, and so that's something we were watching. Also, a lot of marketplaces across the country have been seeing declines for like 3, 4, 5 months, and we're usually about 6 months behind them. And so last month's numbers, the final numbers in, kind of drum roll really for the last part. Most of those agents have had a full month to put their numbers in. Now they're finally in, right? So resale homes last month was up 4.3%, which is awesome. So to kind of give a comparison, if you compare basically July versus July of 2018, there's 538 home sales. July of 2019, obviously last month, was 561. And so great news there, up 4.3%. We'll start having preliminary numbers next week for obviously August numbers, because it starts kicking in usually a couple of days into next month. And so we'll have that next week as well, which is awesome. So we look at sales price, up 7.3%. That's important. We're continuing, and we're getting close to that double digits again, where you remember it was like 10, 11, 13% month after month after month. We saw that slightly go down a little bit, but huge jump last month, up 7.3% from the same month last year. 227,000 is the median price, which is awesome. If you compare against July last year, is 211,560. So it went from 211 to 227. Great news for anybody from the equity standpoint, right? Basically about $14,000 more equity if you have a $200,000 house, right? So great news there overall for everybody kind of seeing that climbing. And also inventory was actually up a little bit last month, but it went from, if you take from June to July, it went down from 5.6 months to 5.4 months, meaning we're in a shortage. Anything below 6 months, like I mentioned every time, is a seller's market. So all you really need to know there is, hey, look, there's less than normal availability of inventory, and so that gives you, the home seller, a advantage there. We always know what it's supply and demand. As supply is down, right, demand's up, that puts pressure on price, which is the lag indicator. And so you'll see that 2 or 3 months from that usually. And so as demand goes down, demand stays the same, inventory goes down, you also see pressure on price as well. So that's great news going into this fall market. Our team is super swamped with everyone coming in town. Like I mentioned, it's almost like we see a swap out of people. It goes from like the people with families and young kids that are combining their vacation with out of school and buying, are now back to school. Now we're seeing like more of the baby boomers, people without kids, that come on the shoulder seasons, who tend to spend a lot of money, and they already got their weekend trip lined up. We have people in town right now who are actually riding around with people on my team right now, looking at properties from up north, right? They're trying to get out of those crazy taxes, a lot, different reasons, and also they're trying to get down here before that crazy winter kicks in. And so that's something that's great news as well. Overall, into new construction. New construction actually did pretty well last month too. They had a few months of just crazy low drops, but 8.2% increase in new construction sales last month, which is great. If you look at prices, up 7.6% last month, $273,044, which is awesome, versus $253 the same time last year. And ultimately, when you're looking at inventory was up last month, up to 5.8 months of inventory, up 13%. So that's something we'll watch. A lot has to do with some of the construction catching up to demand. People have been clearing land. It takes a while to put infrastructure in, right? Between clearing the land out, putting all the underground stuff in, getting it paved, getting the site work done, then building the homes. Now you're starting to see the inventory catch up. So we'll keep watching that as well. We'll see what that does to prices. Obviously, the other aspect is condos. Looking at condo sales, they're pretty much flat. They're up 1% last month. So, for example, there's 521 condo sales versus 516 last year. And so we're seeing it, obviously hold very, very well there. Sales price, though, the great news, up 7.9% at 140,000. So if you take all three of those, all up 7% pretty much, from 7.2 to 7.9, that's great news for anyone from an equity standpoint. It means your house or condo is worth more this year than it was last year, which is what everybody wants, right? And so that's something we'll continue watching. My personal opinion, I do think we're going to see it level out just a little bit, just from inventory standpoint. You see some of the challenges that a lot of people run into. It's just affordability, right? A lot of times you're seeing it kind of as prices have gone up, right? They're significantly gone up. And so what it does, it prices some people out of those markets, which is in turn why you see a little bit less buyers, right? And so that's something we'll keep watching. The one thing that's kind of driven this, though, which is super amazing, is the mortgage rates. They're back to another 1-year low. And really, if you look at almost a 3-year low this past week, 30-year FHA right now, 3.56%. If you look at last week's show, 1 week ago, 3.65. So, I mean, a whole full tenth of a point drop in one single week, which is great news. They're meaning that you can afford more, obviously, if you're going to buy the same. So, meaning that when rates drop like that, you can afford more. You have more buying power. Also, you can obviously buy the same amount of house for less money per month, which saves you money over the long term. One of the things I haven't really mentioned in a while, but one of the most mismanaged variables of the home buying process is interest rate. They focus so much just on price of their house, they don't really focus on interest rate and end up paying more over 30 years. And so that's something that's important too as well. A 15-year fixed rate right now, 3.25%. Also a 1-year low. A 30-year FHA loan, 3.25%, which is awesome. That's something a lot of first-time home buyers can get in. And you can literally right now with rates that low can own for so much less than you can rent, which is crazy. And that's something we'll talk about in a minute as well. A jumbo loan right now, 3.69%. Which is super, super low. It's close to the 1-year low. And a 5-year adjust rate mortgage right now, 3.38%, which is also a 1-year low. Just looking back, if you look at what's the highest it's been in 1 year for a 30-year fixed rate, it was a 5.05. I mean, think about that. That was 8 months ago. And now we're at 3.56, which is crazy, crazy numbers here overall. And so the bottom line is, anybody out there, you want to make sure you take advantage of that both on the buyer and seller side, because what's happening is there's more buyers to get off the fence as rates go lower, right? It gives them that incentive to take action where usually fear or something is holding them back. And so that's just something great news out there for everyone overall. But that's just something as well. I mean, bottom line is make sure you take advantage of that. It's a perfect opportunity going into this season here. We'll talk about that as well.
All right, so we've got a lot of show to get to in just a second, so stick around, because coming up next, we've got your hot buyers alert, we got some fantastic success stories, and we got some great stats about the Myrtle Beach area we'll get to as well. Blake has all of that. If you want to talk to Blake personally about those or anything that you're hearing today, give him a call. His office number at Sloan Realty Group is 843-808-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD, or go online to blakesloan.com, blakesloan.com. Hey, Myrtle Beach, it's Gary LaBox, lead singer of Rascal Flatts.
When I'm Moving On won the award for ACM Song of the Year, it struck a chord with folks who understand the challenges that come with life's big changes. For many, that happens when it comes time to sell their home. If you're moving on, you want a real estate agent who will make selling your home easy and stress-free. An agent who's willing to let you out of the contract if you're not happy with their service.
That's why in Myrtle Beach, I can tell you that Blake Sloan of Sloan Realty Group markets your home on a whole different level. Now listen, Blake is so confident in his ability to sell your home quickly and for more money that he guarantees to sell it or he'll buy it himself. If you're moving on, trust Blake to provide your family a stress-free home sale experience. Find Blake Sloan online at blakesloan.com, or you can call him at 843-808-SOLD. Start packing.
It's the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan. A lot of good stuff to get to here still yet. The rest of the show going on. Get in touch with Blake. Call his office. Go ahead. It's 843-808-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD, or go online to blakesloan.com, blakesloan.com. slowhomeswithblake.com. Hey, Blake and his team are working with just a ridiculous amount of home buyers. They're looking for homes in the Myrtle Beach area. As you heard, inventory is not where it needs to be. If you've got a house that you're thinking of selling, even thinking of selling, anywhere in the range between 150,000 to 3.5 million. If you're thinking of selling, call Blake at that aforementioned number, 843-808-SOLD. That's 843-808-SOLD. Talk to Blake because there are people from all over the country, all over the world, basically, looking for homes in the Myrtle Beach area. As a matter of fact, he's got a website set up, and he's got people who are on there not only looking for homes maybe once a month, once a week, but they're looking for them several times a day. There are people stalking on your website, Blake, up to 54,107 as of earlier today.
Yes, pushing like crazy. That's one thing that like makes us different than anyone else's. I have, like I mentioned, that pedal to the metal, so to speak, of just advertising from all across the country and even obviously outside the country online. We have a team, a massive team. I can outspend, and I do outspend the average agent about 100 to 1 from a marketing standpoint, which gives us a huge, huge advantage. Like Dave mentioned, with 54,000 active buyers, meaning username, password, account. These people are separate with an account with a password. They're looking to buy. And so they're from all over right now. Fred Moeller from Newport, Virginia, been on the site 38 times. Lanny Chapman from Owings, Maryland, check this out, 826 visits to the website. And so that's something that's super important. We're all over the place. We have Susan Ellis from Mabane, North Carolina, Hank Athey from Berkeley County. We got somebody from Statesville, Lake Murray, South Carolina, Tracy Cahill. So the reality is, Tracy's been here 933 visits, right? The people are stalking properties, man. It's serious. And so what that means is we need inventory. If you're thinking about selling, reach out, call us. And so this is something that is really unique where a lot of agents, what they do is they wait till they get your listing, and then what they do, they put a sign in the yard, and maybe if you're lucky, start marketing at that point. I'm marketing already before we even get your listing if we ever do help you out. And so the bottom line is it gives our clients a competitive advantage because why? Because we just have a technology that we help develop that will take any new listing, aka your property, and we put it into the software. It reverse engineers the most likely buyer for that property based on their previous search patterns. So kind of like your Facebook ad shows something really relevant to you. It's the same exact thing that we do from a house standpoint. Again, this is in a world where most agents are still struggling to use Microsoft Outlook. And so that process is a lot different where it helps set us apart and get your property sold faster for more money. This is something we get all the time. I won't take too much time up, but I guess you want to jump to the success stories?
Sure.
Cool. So I'm super excited about this one this week. Big shout out to Don and Patricia. They had their luxury, amazing Grand Dunes home listed with a different agent. Zero success, right? Just crickets and frustration. They heard about us on the radio. They heard the success stories, decided to give us a call. We came in, identified the problem immediately, was marketing. I see this a lot, especially on the high end. If it's a high-end home, guess what? It's got to look like a high-end home, and it's got to be marketed to high-end buyers and high-end buyer pool. And so that's what we did. We launched a global marketing blitz, professional photos, drove massive traffic, had the property under contract within a few weeks. Now Don and Patricia are able to enjoy their Florida retirement with maximum equity dollars in their pocket, meaning that they're not leaving money on the table, right? They're able to maximize that and get in there. Also, a big shout out to Sandy. She had her house listed with another agent for over 6 months. No success. She only got excuses. It says in here, no, the excuses was about all she got. So that's one thing that is important. Thankfully, a friend of hers referred her to us after hearing the success stories. We came in, launched a global marketing blitz, professional photos, drove massive traffic. Check it out. Had a contract within a couple weeks for 98% of asking price. Now she's moving on stress-free with maximum dollars in her pocket. And so that's just something that's important as well. I had one more in there that I mentioned last week's show. But long story short, we're able to get creative for our sellers. We sold the house for them, negotiated for the sellers to be able to stay in the property after it's sold so they can have time to get their money and then close on the condo they're buying. So there's a lot of creative things that we can do for you, especially on the seller side, meaning that if you don't want to sell for 60 days, we don't got to sell for 60 days. We can control the closing date because we're the one that controls that on the listing side. So if you have questions about that, reach out to me. But the bottom line is we're kicking butt from a selling standpoint right now. Anyone you know that's thinking about selling that had a horror story, don't make them waste 6 months of their life like Don and Patricia did. Also, like Sandy did, wasted 6 months of the emotional roller coaster of dealing with incompetency or things not happening or whatever you want to talk about, giving them frustration and holding them back from moving they want, right? You can't get that 6 months back. Don't make the mistake going someone else first. Reach out and give us a call. How much time we got? All right, so I'm going to save the recession talk again for next week. Okay. I want to spend at least 5 to 10 minutes on that one. This is that thing that we didn't get to. It talks about the top vacation homes guess where Myrtle Beach came in on the list? You may have talked about this on the show. So Myrtle Beach came in as number 1 on the list, which is super awesome. It was by this Extra Space Storage national survey. They looked at all these different features, kind of median home price, the crime rate, awesome parts. South Carolina, less than 1% cities, which is awesome. And that's one thing that obviously family friendly. And that's something that's super cool. Number 2, Nashville, Tennessee. That's weird for a vacation spot. I mean, I've been there. I know a lot of people doing Airbnbs along the riverfront there, which is interesting. But I know their market's super, super hot. Palm Springs, California. I've never been there. My mom loves it there. They came in 3rd place there. Their median price of $300,000+ in that regard. Panama City Beach, you can see that happening there. Their median price is significantly higher than ours, though. $208,400. That's one thing. The Poconos, which is very interesting, I guess, maybe a winter home, which came in there. And that's one thing that's interesting. Scottsdale, Arizona. I know it's a big one, a lot of retirees. And they have vacation homes there. One of my business coaches had one there as well. Steamboat Springs, Colorado. One of my good friends, he sells real estate there. Their price, though, is at $500,000 just for the average, right? A lot of their stuff is like $2 or $3 million there as well. But 7 best places to buy. Number 1 on the list is your own Myrtle Beach, which is super awesome. So what I was getting at is, like, if y'all remember, week after week, we come on top of these lists. Well, another one last week I forgot about was that the second most romantic city. Did you see that one?
That's an interesting.
Yeah, I saw that on WMBF. I didn't really. We'll cover that one. I don't know about that one because I've been to a lot of places. I mean, I think it's cool. I was born and raised here. I don't know where they meet, maybe the beach or the sunrises and things like that. But bottom line is everyone's talking about Myrtle Beach. And so it's a great place to own. Like I said, I'm born and raised here, 3rd generation real estate agent. My entire family sold that. So I've seen it grow. Like I've talked about before, in the wintertime, they used to flash the red lights will flash yellow on Business 17 because there is no one here. And so we've grown to that year-round destination. Values have gone up. And so take advantage of that. If you're moving up, make sure you get maximum equity. If you're moving down, reach out to us. That's something we're very, very good at. We're able to get our client maximum dollar and help you move on to that next step with maximum dollar for retirement or for your next property as well.
And we still got like 45 seconds left. You want people on your team?
Yes, A players. We're looking to add on there because, like I mentioned, we got 1,000+ leads from all across the globe. And so I have a problem of too many leads and A players that we need to help follow up and serve our clients. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm very intense. I'm the dude that makes sure if you better call your client back or I get super pissed off, right? So we're very intense to work with, but we have a great time. Our clients love this. So anyone out there that looking for an opportunity to change their life, change their business, have them reach out and give me a call for sure.
And you get the job done. That's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, if you want to get in touch with Blake, you can. For anything that we've talked about here today, the phone number at Sloan Realty Group is 843-808-SOLD, 843-808-SOLD, or go online to BlakeSloan.com, BlakeSloan.com. We'll do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. This has been the Expert Advantage Real Estate Show with Blake Sloan.
Selling your home doesn't have to be filled with drama or having to pay hidden fees. And your friend Sean Hannity here to tell you, as an active investor, I firmly believe in working with the smartest local agents who sell homes in high volume. Prepare your home to create the most